Okay, I'm crashing today's podcast party before we even get started to let you know that I just launched a 6-week weight loss group coaching opportunity on my website. The program begins October 5th. There are 100 spots available. These spots are going to go so fast. I'm so excited about this opportunity to work with you. So if you're interested in weight loss, if you're interested in working with me in a group setting, you can go to healthfulpursuit.com/6-week. That's the number 6 week. Now you can expect to meet with me on a weekly basis. Along with all of our members in the community, I'm delivering 6 different lesson plans. Then we open up the floor for questions. After our first get together, I'm putting together a personalized macro and calorie outline for you. So after we meet that first time, you're going to get that outline and we're going to follow it. There are a bunch of different plans for you to follow. We're going to pick the right one for you and your goals. This is really about delivering the personalized outline and the lessons that you can use to empower you to make the choices you need to lose weight. You're also going to get access to our Facebook group and a whole bunch of downloads and resources in addition to our weekly meetups. So again, it's healthfulpursuit.com/6-week. And I hope to see you there. If you're unsure of the link, simply check out today's show notes for all the details. I'll see you there. Well, hello, it's episode 273, and today we're chatting about the keto food spectrum from yes foods to no foods and everything in between, managing keto on a budget, how to save money with high-fat, low-carb options, power foods, what to eat to boost your energy, clear your mind, get better sleep, balance your hormones and your cravings, and heal your body. That's a lot of to-dos, and we managed it. And lastly, fatty coffees. What they are, why they're so good, and why you can incorporate them onto your ketogenic diet and start to receive some benefits. If you have questions about today's content, you can head to healthfulpursuit.com/contact and ask me. I love receiving requests of episodes to feature, people to have on the show, questions you have for a Q&A episode. I will take anything that you would like to see here on the show. You can also catch up on previous podcast episodes and notes from today's show by going to ketodietpodcast.com. So that's where all the links and all the things will be. Anything that I mentioned today that I felt was worth linking up to, you can find it there. Just look for episode 273. Also, if you've missed the last couple of episodes, I've shared with you that Perfect Keto has just released a new offer for our podcast listeners. If you're not familiar with Perfect Keto, they have the best keto bars that are 100% real, no funky ingredients. And really their whole goal is to give us keto folk tasty food so that you can still indulge and feel good and feel energized, support your weight loss goals. I love their snack options. Their keto collagen is great. Their exogenous ketones actually work and don't have caffeine. It's all good stuff. So you can use a code KDP, all in caps, to get 20% off everything in their shop, plus free shipping, plus a free keto nut butter. This nut butter is so good on orders over $80. So again, the coupon code is KDP, and you can go to perfectketo.com/KDP to use that coupon code. And we've just reset the code. So if you've used a code from my podcast in the past, you can use this one again, just once. Go crazy. Again, it's perfectketo.com/KDP. Okay, so today's audio is something very special. We've never done this before. I wanted to get you, or rather give you, a taste of what it feels like inside Happy Keto Body. So I'm sharing the very first audio inside the Happy Keto Body program. Of course, not the welcome video, because you'd be like, what? I don't understand. But the first information video in the Happy Keto Body program. So when you join week 1, it directs you to either follow the easy pathway or the little bit more complicated pathway. And the complicated pathway is for those that have been eating keto for a while, because week 1, you have to understand, if you're new to keto, you don't even know what to eat. So this video says exactly what we're going to be eating, how to incorporate these foods. And if after listening to today's audio, you're like, oh man, I want to watch the video and really get into this, you can go to happyketobody.com, where there are over 50 videos just like this one, over 80 worksheets and guides to support you on your keto journey. Again, that's happyketobody.com. And when you join as a VIP, your very first coaching call with Dr. Nina will be scheduled in just a couple of weeks. So our coaching call is Monday, October October 19th. For October, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific. So Dr. Nina jumps on the calls every month to answer your questions, read lab work. She goes really into it. And I've shared one of our coaching calls in the past, episode 261, if you want to check that out on the podcast. You can submit your questions, join live, or listen to the recording. Dr. Nina will even review your labs when they're pulled through the program, or you can get them from someplace else and have her review them. So again, it's happyketobody.com if you're looking for more support on your ketogenic diet. If you're not, just enjoy today's episode. There's a lot of interesting tidbits in here. I hope you really enjoy it. Okay, let's do this then. Hey, I'm Leanne Vogel, and you're listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. I've put together a free 21-page guide on achieving weight loss on your keto diet if nothing is working, as a little thank you for being here today. Grab your free guide at ketoforwomen.com to get the steps you need to overcome the hurdles standing in your way. Hey guys, Leanne here from the Happy Keto Body program, and today we're going to be chatting all about keto yes, no, sometimes, and maybe foods, as well as power foods, caution foods, fatty coffees, and how to save money when buying all of this new keto food. If you're a Happy Keto Body VIP and have questions about this week's content, feel free to jump on the forum for support from your fellow keto pals, or just save it for an upcoming group call. We have a bunch of information to cover this week. If you're just starting out keto, a lot of this information will be brand new. If you're not so new, some of this will be a refresher, but you'd be surprised just how much you forget along the way and how helpful a nice refresher can actually be. So let's jump right into it with keto yes, no, sometimes, and maybe foods. First of all, what can you eat on keto? Awesome choices are fats like coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil, or low-carb veggies like celery, cucumber, kale, zucchini, cauliflower, and cabbage. Animal protein like eggs, bacon, beef, or chicken thighs. And do your best to make choices that are high-fat, grass-fed, and grass-finished, and pasture-raised or free-range. Low-sugar fruits like lemons, raspberries, strawberries, and avocado are good options as well. And don't forget about nuts and seeds such as sunflower seeds, almonds, pecans, and pistachios. If you've got a hankering for something sweet, you can use keto-friendly sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit. Okay, what not to eat? Grains. That means no wheat, corn, rice, bread, pasta, bagels, quinoa, oats, etc. Starchy vegetables including sweet potatoes, white potatoes, plantains, and any corn products. Sugar is also out because eating sugar will kick you out of ketosis faster than you can say, oops. Stay away from honey, agave, maple syrup, corn syrup, brown sugar, and any products that contain them like jams, jellies, energy drinks, and soda. You'll also want to avoid high sugar fruits like bananas, cherries, pomegranates, and grapes, to name a few. And processed foods don't really have a place on a ketogenic diet. These include prepackaged snacks, protein bars, and meal replacements, even if they say that they're keto. Now, let's chat about maybe foods. Maybe foods are items that a lot of people have unknown sensitivities to or are simply devoid of nutrients. These include legumes like beans, lentils, peanuts, soy, and peas, and dairy like cheese, yogurt, milk, cream, butter, ghee, and sour cream. Your sometimes or maybe foods are going to be your carb-heavy foods, which are generally removed from a standard ketogenic diet, but in the protocol we'll be discussing in week 3, there may be a place for carb-rich foods if you decide to practice cyclical ketosis. But no need to stress right now, more on that in week 3. So I've just listed off a bunch of foods that we should be eating, but why are they important, or why did some get the boot? Simply put, some foods will keep you in ketosis while others will kick you out. And some will reduce inflammation while others will actually increase it. So let's look at the maybe food dairy. It can wreak havoc on your hormones and sabotage your weight loss efforts. And so many people are actually allergic or sensitive to the lactose whey or casein in dairy. If cutting it out when you first start keto
is just too much for you, just focus on getting fat adapted first, and then you can revisit when you have a better handle on things. Even if you can handle eating dairy, it's actually linked to an increased risk of prostate cancer, ovarian cancer, type 1 diabetes, and multiple sclerosis, and can stand in the way of you actually reaching your weight loss goals. If you're plateauing for weeks on end, dairy may actually be the culprit. However, if you can handle the dairy or you want to keep eating it, quality counts. Go for grass-fed, grass-finished dairy when you can. And the maybe food legumes. Much like dairy, I'd advise cutting them out for good, as their high carbohydrate content can stand in the way of your fat burning efforts. Also, they can be a gut irritant, so if you have gut-related symptoms or suffer from IBS, you may do best avoiding them. Note, if you are a low-carb vegan, however, they might play a role in your ketogenic journey. You're probably also wondering why no grains. Modern day grains are highly processed and nearly entirely devoid of nutritional value. On top of that, they're high in carbs and will likely kick you out of ketosis. They also contain gluten, lectins, and other gut irritants, which we'll be chatting about more in week 10. My IBS symptoms completely went bye-bye when I stopped eating grains. And what about processed foods? Well, they're almost invariably loaded with sugar and grains and often come with a bunch of health-damaging trans fats, which we'll be reviewing later on in this week. Even technically low-carb processed foods are frequently devoid of nutrients, fail to satiate, and are super expensive. If whole foods are wholly foreign or intimidating to you, look for high-carb to keto food swaps in the bonus materials section of this week. It'll show you how to easily swap out what you currently eat for lower-carb options. If you're new to keto or you're unsure of how to prepare keto foods, whole foods, or just food in general, check out the Happy Keto Body mini cookbook in the bonus materials section of this week. Obviously, there's a lot to learn, but this keto yes, no, sometimes, and maybe foods guidance should give you a good idea of what to eat and what not to eat when starting out. Look for the keto shopping list in the bonus materials section of this week, which not only gives a full list of keto-friendly foods, but provides grocery store shopping lists for places like Costco, Walmart, Kroger, Whole Foods, Amazon, Thrive Market, iHerb, and more.
ButcherBox features 100% grass-fed and finished heritage-bred pork and organic free-range chicken. ButcherBox sends you high-quality, health-promoting meats directly to your door on dry ice. Free shipping anywhere in the lower 48. ButcherBox makes committing to high-quality protein sources less expensive and more available to all. Their prices are hard to beat, and it's challenging to find a higher quality product anywhere in the USA. I've been using ButcherBox since 2017 and love the convenience of a package showing up just when I need it. Their ground sausage is a dream. It's my personal favorite. Head on over to butcherbox.com/keto diet to build a bundle that fits you and your family and start eating high quality meat without all the hassle of searching high and low for the good stuff.
Now, let's move on to power foods. These foods are keto-supporting, fat-burning powerhouses that'll boost energy, balance hormones, and increase nutrient intake. I try to consume at least 2 to 3 servings of power foods per day. The first one is apple cider vinegar, raw and unfiltered. It improves insulin sensitivity and aids in fat loss. Add a splash of it to sauteed vegetables, use it as a base for salad dressing, or pour it over some ground beef and sauteed vegetables. Another one is avocado, which lowers cardiovascular risk factors and reduces inflammation. You could slice it up and sprinkle some salt and chili powder on it, or blend with coconut milk, coconut oil, and a spoonful of cacao powder. Or you could mash it up with some lemon juice and a touch of stevia. Another one is bone broth, which reduces inflammation, increases your ability to burn fat, and improves your sleep. Add to sauteed vegetables, enjoy a mugful on the go, or keep it on hand for any time you're tempted to cook with water. If you don't have the time to make your bone broth, you can get a lot of the same health benefits by adding gelatin to hot drinks instead. Broccoli is another power food which lowers cholesterol and reduces cancer risk. Chop it up and saute it with ground beef and fresh herbs, or try it raw, smothered in mayonnaise with a touch of apple cider vinegar. Know that broccoli is goitrogenic, which means it could harm your thyroid gland if you eat a lot of it. So make sure that you cook it just a little bit before you consume it. Coconut oil is another great product. It increases metabolism in addition to reducing hunger and cravings. You can blend it into your nighttime tea or just slather it on about everything you would have used butter or margarine for. Another one is fermented foods, which promote eye health and improve gut health, therefore improving digestion. Add sauerkraut, horseradish, kimchi, or pickles to salads, burgers, or your favorite meal. You can go for unpasteurized sauerkraut and kimchi for the live bacteria. Another power food is flax seeds, which improve digestion and reduce hunger and cravings. If thyroid health or excess estrogen is a concern for you, enjoy flax seeds as an occasional treat. Garlic is another power food which boosts the immune system and is an antifungal that helps fight candida. It also balances blood sugar and reduces oxidative stress related to hypertension. You can basically cook everything with it. Another great one is grass-fed beef tallow. This is beef fat easily found online or at your local butcher. Tallow aids in fat loss and provides a ton of antioxidants. One that you're going to love, a power food that I eat almost every day, is dark chocolate. You're looking for 100% raw cacao with no added sugar. This is loaded with antioxidants and reduces cardiovascular risks. Enjoy with a dollop of coconut butter or shave over a bowl of fresh berries. Egg yolks are another one of my favorite power foods. They're the most nutritious food on the planet, promoting healthy cholesterol levels. Cook them just like you would scrambled eggs, whip up a hollandaise sauce for your veggies, or add them to your next fatty coffee if you want to get crazy. The next power food is kale, which is rich in vitamin C. It helps synthesize collagen, promoting strong bones as well. You can saute with bone broth, use it as a salad base, or make kale chips. Again, if thyroid health is a concern for you, always heat your kale a little bit before consuming. The next power food is liver, which aids in eye health, supports metabolism, and is extremely nutrient dense. Another one is raw coconut meat, which supports healthy digestion and insulin sensitivity. You can eat it straight from the coconut or blend with water for a thick coconut milk. You can also chop it up and saute it with veggies or add it to a salad. Another great power food is sardines, which promote bone health and heart health. Another one is seaweed, which promotes digestive health and thyroid health. But be careful, too much seaweed equals too much potassium and can harm your kidneys if that's a concern for you, but you have to eat a lot of it. Wild-caught Pacific salmon is another great power food. It aids in bone and joint health and promotes a healthy brain. Be sure to get wild-caught. It has less inflammatory omega-6, fewer contaminants, more magnesium, and more potassium than farmed salmon. So there you have it. The power foods you should be incorporating into your day to supercharge your keto life. And now a word of caution for some foods that are keto friendly but can become very keto unfriendly if you're not careful. Coconut milk. 15% of the coconut's fat is made up of medium chain triglycerides, or MCTs, aka fatty acids. MCTs are saturated fats, but they're not the same as long chain fats when it comes to digestion, utilization, and transportation throughout the body. While not as concentrated as MCT oil, coconut fat has similar properties, namely that it will enhance production of ketone bodies and help you slide into ketosis. So first off, it's important to find a good coconut milk with high levels of coconut fat. On top of that, read the label. You're going to be looking for a coconut milk that is free from phosphates, guar gum, xanthan gum, water, polysorbates, extracts, and added sugar. and any flavors are pretty dangerous. And you also want to make sure that it's lower in carbohydrates, so less than 2 grams of carbs per half a cup serving. High in fat, more than 13 grams per quarter cup serving, and packaged in a Tetra Pak, sort of like a carton, which is a better option than a can. Another one you want to be wary of is nut and seed butters, which can actually contain a lot of sugar if you're not careful. You want a high fat, low protein, and low carbohydrate nut butter. Examples are macadamia, pecan, walnut, and sunflower butters. Use nut butters that contain cashews sparingly, and they're loaded with carbs and way too easily to overeat. Even if you're careful, store-bought nut butters often contain sugar or vegetable oils. You can make your own nut or seed butters to save money using avocado oil, MCT oil, or coconut oil to boost their fat intake and make them smoother. Another one that you need to be wary of is bacon. Aim for pasture-raised, dry-cured bacon. If you can't get that, pick up some sliced pork belly, which is raw belly that you can cook yourself. It's not smoked, but it'll still taste really great. Next one is pork rinds. Pork rinds are fried pork skin. They're super keto. You're gonna love them. While you can make your own, store-bought ones are way easier. Look out for MSG. Ideally, you want 3 ingredients: pork skin, lard, and sea salt. Mayonnaise is another great keto thing, but you want to read the label. Mayo is often made with a base of vegetable oil, so you want to look for one that's made with 100% avocado oil or make your own. Condiments are used in every ketogenic diet and they can be great, but a huge majority of condiments come with either loads of sugar or loads of toxic sugar replacements, such as aspartame. So watch out. The name of the game moving forward is don't judge a book by its cover. Even if a product looks healthy on the front, the back may tell a completely different story about what's actually going on inside. Now you know what to eat, what not to eat, and everything in between. But what about on top? Enter the rocket fuel latte. My rocket fuel lattes are an upgraded version of the traditional fatty coffee, also known as a butter coffee or bulletproof coffee. You might have had one before, but do you know their purpose? Firstly, they're the cornerstone of many ketogenic diets because they're an easy way to boost your fat intake as you adopt to a keto life. Secondly, they prolong a fasted state. Simply put, they allow you to enjoy sustenance while fasting without affecting insulin. We'll dig into fasting in week 4, so hold tight. For now, let's view rocket fuel lattes as mega fat intake boosters. A basic fatty coffee is made with a blend of MCT oil, grass-fed butter, and coffee. But there are a couple of things wrong with this combo, as it can lead to cravings, blood sugar lows, shakiness, and hormone fluctuations. My rocket fuel lattes, or RFLs, keep you in a fat-burning state, maintain your morning fast, regulate hormones, all without the use of dairy. All RFLs meet the following guidelines: unlimited fats, 10 grams of protein or less, and 3 grams of carbs or less. While rocket fuel lattes work wonders for many, they're not for everyone. As great as they are, they don't provide the nutrients that a breakfast of greens, grass-fed beef, and coconut oil will. So if you're new to keto and trying to heal from a health imbalance, keep nutrient-dense foods your focus and have RFLs as an occasional treat. If you're in a position to take full advantage of RFLs, let's chat about the base recipe. When you make an RFL, it will likely have coffee, cacao butter, MCT oil, hemp hearts, stevia, and collagen. Here are some RFL hacks. For a caffeine-free option, try decaf coffee, tea, bone broth, hot milk, or hot water. Instead of MCT or coconut oil, try avocado oil, red palm oil, bacon grease if you're making one with bone broth, MCT oil powder or ghee, or butter if you aren't sensitive to it. Instead of cacao butter, you could try MCT oil powder or 100% dark chocolate. Instead of hemp parts, you could try chia seeds, almond butter, sunflower seed butter, cashew butter, tahini, or coconut butter. Instead of alcohol-free stevia, you could try monk fruit sweetener, erythritol, or xylitol. Instead of the collagen, you could try gelatin, egg yolks, or your favorite low-carb protein powder. You can even try it chilled with cold water, bone broth, dairy-free milk, cold brew coffee, or cold tea. Let's address a few common timing questions. Pre-workout, post-workout, or none at all. When should you be having your rocket fuel latte? For weightlifting, before your workout. For aerobic exercise, you may find that the caffeine gets in your way, in which case, make one of the caffeine-free options we have just covered. For post-workout, you'll do better off with a keto meal or protein shake with a bit of carbs for aerobic training and a high-fat meal after an aerobic workout. Now, can you have your rocket fuel latte in the morning or evening? You can enjoy it anytime. Can you have it as a snack? 100%. Really, the main goal is here to boost your fats. And if you find that you are lower in your fats, an RFL can be a great way to either boost your fats with a snack or a meal, or however you want to focus your time on that. You're now well on your way to RFL living. You can look for the Boost Your Fats with RFLs in the bonus material section of this week, where you'll find a step-by-step guide on making RFLs. Finally, to complete today's video, let's save your new keto self some money. You can go full-blown keto without breaking the bank, I totally promise. I've got the keto budget for my own family of 5, Kevin, myself, and our 3 furry ones, down to a science, and it's really not that complicated. We spend about $840 a month on food, only about $35 above the national average for a family of our size. And we only eat organic, non-GMO, quality source foods. Even so, sometimes money is tight. Kevin and I have decided to put our health above other things. So we go for walks in lieu of a gym membership, we get creative with date nights, and our grass-fed burgers with avocado oil mayo, organic lettuce, and tomato makes it all worthwhile. If money's tight, here are some great ways to save big bucks while eating keto. Ferment your own veggies. Stick to similar foods and meals as you start out to avoid waste and overwhelm. Get lean, conventional cuts of meat and cook them in healthy fats. Got a friend with her own hens? Trade something you have for free eggs. Render your own fats. Check out the Happy Keto Body mini cookbook in the bonus materials section of this week to learn how. Prepare your own bone broth to get your collagen and gelatin instead of purchasing collagen and gelatin supplements. Again, see the Happy Keto Body mini cookbook for instructions on how to do that. Use coconut oil instead of grass-fed butter, ghee, MCT oil, or cacao butter. Only buy lower cost nuts and seeds. Don't buy prepackaged keto treats. Make your own instead. Go for red meat instead of poultry. Grocery shop consciously. Only buy what you'll use and focus to load up on full-fat proteins, low-carb veggies, and one type of cooking oil and one type of spice. Swap out the restaurant date night for a picnic, and check out the keto shopping list in the bonus materials section of this week for even more grocery shopping inspiration, including a detailed list of Costco keto foods. You can also swap these expensive keto ingredients for ones that aren't as pricey. Substitute collagen with protein powder, ghee with grass-fed butter or coconut oil, meat sticks or jerky with pork rinds, and kale chips with seaweed snacks. Instead of MCT oil, use avocado oil or olive oil. Also, MCT oil powder is a lot cheaper. Make your own avocado oil mayo, dairy-free milk, and nut or seed butter. The Happy Keto Body mini cookbook will show you how. When deciding between xylitol, erythritol, or monk fruit, just choose the cheapest. They can be replaced 1-to-1. For supplements, just head over to the supplements to support resource on the main page of the program, where we'll outline the essentials. Remember that being good to your body and your budget are not mutually exclusive. It just takes patience. All right, got all of that? Of course you don't. That's okay. If you're totally confused about something, just watch the video again. Sometimes it can take a few run-throughs to really get a handle on all of this stuff. Were you surprised to find out that a food you love is actually keto friendly? Maybe you're super excited to chow down on some bacon, avocado, or sauerkraut. Next time you do, take a picture of it and share it with us on social media with the hashtag #HappyKetoBody. See you in the next video.
Wonderful. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Next up on the podcast, Sunday, October 11th, we have episode 274. I'm chatting with my friend Courtney Davis. She's the founder of Empowered Woman. I haven't recorded this episode, so I have no idea what we're going to chat about, but I can guarantee you it's going to be amazing. Sunday, October 18th, we have episode 275, where Lauren Weiss is coming on the show. I haven't recorded this either, so it'll be a good one, I'm for sure. And I will see you then. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again in a couple of days to discover more Keto for Women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor should it be construed as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcast reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.